I was out here today doing some work on this hive. As you can see, this hive has a ton of bees in it, which I like. See that second box there, that white box, is for comb honey. And I want them to start building the comb in it so they can fill it with honey. This top box is honey bound, which means it's completely full of honey. So what I did was, and I'm going to make sure that the queen didn't lay in any of those frames because I didn't have a queen excluder in there, but it doesn't feel like she did. I haven't gone through all the frames yet, but I will. So what I did was, down here I added a queen excluder, and then I put the comb honey box on. And down here, I know it's hard to see, but I added a bee escape, and I want the bees to escape from this box to go into that box. And then I'll actually wait a couple of days before I completely go through this top box, because I want to go through it, not only make sure all or most of the bees are out of it, but I want to make sure that there's no brood in there. If there is, then I'm going to put the brood in the bottom box, and as I take frames out of here, I will add some empty frames in there. This other hive here is doing real good. This is an Apimaye hive. The bees really seem to love these hives. This is what's called an Apimaye wood hive. You have the bottom board, which you can add a 10 frame, screw a 10 frame box to it and add more boxes if you want. And you can even add these boxes, the plastic ones, but what you can't do is you can't stick the wood box on top of the plastic box. It's always got to be the plastic box on top of the wood box. And then this other hive here is doing real good. You know, I should really open up this one here. I don't know why I don't have it open up. Maybe there was a bee right there. Now these hives here are doing real good. These nukes. This one frame here I took out. Oh, look at that wasp. This one frame here I took out because I added and it's not called a NICOT system. It's called a NICOR system. I added a NICOR system in there because I want the bees to clean it out. The queen can't get in it, but I also want them to draw some comb around it too. And I'm going to leave it in there for a few days and see how the bees clean it out and see if they're starting to add comb in it to it around the NICOR system. This one is doing real well. The queen, she hasn't laid up in the top box, but it's all full of comb. And then the feeders are working well. I really like the feeders I made. By the way, the feeders that I made, they come from the design from the Fat Bee Man. I really enjoy watching his channel. As you can see, or maybe you can't, let me take this off here. Yeah, you can see the bees in there feeding. I know it's tough with the, for me it's tough with the glare of the sun, but I'm trying to do the best I can. And let's see. It's still got some feed in there left. I'm waiting till they get this empty because it seems like it's leaking from somewhere. So what I'm going to do is put another tray in there. It's not affecting them too much. They're just eating it down below. But I like to make sure that they have all the best stuff. And then in this one here, these bees, they don't seem to be that hungry. There's only a couple down there eating. But it's there for them if they need it. And there's a bee right there. Let's see if we can get him. Get a good close-up of him. See what he's doing. He's looking for something. Where'd he go? There he is. I always forget where the camera is on this phone. Now this here, this hive here, this is an Apimaye 4-queen mating nuke hive. And right now I'm not using it for that. What I actually did was I made it into a full frame hive right now, so I can get all those frames drawn out, because at the time I didn't have enough bees really to do the mating nukes. I do now, so that's not an issue, and all the frames now have been pretty much drawn out, so I'm happy about that. You can see it's got an entrance there, then I can open up this entrance right here. Then on the other side, it's got an entrance right there, an entrance right there, and then right now I've got the big entrance opened up. So I'm pretty happy about how that's working out. And then this hive here, you can see I've got another, and I'm trying to wait to see if I don't know why it's gone. Blurry on me. See if it can clear up a little bit. Doesn't look like it's going to want to clear up. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to stop this one and see if we can't get it cleared up. And I'll be right back. Okay, it seems to have cleared up after I stopped rolling, so I'll continue. This hive here, as you can see, I've got the Apimaye bottom board, the Apimaye hive cover, and then I've got a wooden hive screwed to it. And this one I started a queenless hive, and they've made 5 queen cells, and so I'm waiting for the one queen to be born. I can't do nothing with the rest because they bunched them all together, and I'm, not too happy about that, because I would have liked to have taken a couple of those queen cells, and I got a nuke sitting right there on the end that's got nothing in it, and I've got some nukes in the garage that I could have made some nukes out of, because I got plenty of bees now. So but that's okay. I need a queen, a mated queen in this hive, and they're going to give me one. And yes, those holes down there are big enough for the queen to get out, and when she comes back, to get in. So she'll be okay. Because uh, you know, I've had these hives for a couple of years now, and I've watched bees drag drones out of those holes. So uh, if they're big enough for a drone, they're big enough for a queen. Plus, uh, I've started queenless hives in my Apimaye hives before, and uh, never opened up the drone holes, but the queen bees have always fit through the holes. So uh, it's pretty exciting. I'm happy about what's going on. Uh, I didn't use my smoker today. I've got it sitting right there when I was working on this hive. I suited up because I knew that without the smoker they'd get a little pissy, and in that middle hive they did. They got a little pissy. They stung the gloves a couple times, but that's about it. Uh, but you know, they were trying to go after my head. Uh, but I was all suited up. So, and I usually don't like to get suited up. You know, every now and then I'll wear a veil. Um, Maybe sometimes I'll wear gloves. It all depends what I'm going to do to the hive, and you know, whether or not I'm going to use smoke. You know, I don't like to use smoke all that much. Uh, they don't like it. Uh, but sometimes, you know, you do need smoke just to calm them down a little bit. I wasn't in the mood to start up my smoker. But all in all, we've got 3 thriving hives right here, and we've got a thriving hive right here, 2 thriving nukes, which I intend to sell. Uh, you know, people are always looking for nukes, so if you're looking for a nuke, just, you know, message me, and we'll hook it up. And this one will be thriving real soon, so I'm excited about it. You know, it's about the middle of August. See that? Those 2 wasps on that hive right there. I like watching the bees mess with the wasps, but they can't get in. Sometimes they get into the feeder and they end up drowning. And there's another wasp on that rock, which I need to move the rocks onto the nukes, which I'll do. And I don't know, these red wasps, they're quite a bit around this year. Last year I had a really big problem with what are those wasps? Oh God, there's so many names. Yellow jackets. I had so many problems with the yellow jackets last year. This year, it seems like I've got a problem with these red wasps. But you know, when I'm out here and I see them, I go ahead and get rid of them. This way my bees don't have to mess with them. So you tell me what you think. Tell me if there's some improvements I can make. Ask me about the Apimaye hives. You know, a lot of people ask me, are they worth getting? Yes, they are, because these things really do work well, especially in the wintertime. I know I'm here in Georgia, but we do get cold weather out here. I saw someone who has some of these in Palm Springs, California, and you know how hot it gets out there, you know, in the 120s. He has some brood minders on his, and he says that even with that hot weather, they keep it at 93 degrees inside. So they're able to keep it cool enough with these Thermo hives maybe as opposed to, say, the wooden hives. So, like I said, uh, if you're interested in these, I would suggest picking them up. Yeah, they're a little bit expensive, but they're not really no more expensive than if you bought two wood hives with frames in them. Plus, with this, you get the bottom board, you get the top cover, you get the feeder. This is what the feeder looks like. You take the cover off there and you put the feed in there. You don't have to worry about a feeder inside the hive. You don't have to worry about, using jars or anything. So, and plus, you get down below, you get the bee and the hive beetle and mite tray. Plus, you can it has a pollen tray, and you can get pollen, because the pollen thing slides in, and when you don't want to collect pollen, you pull it out, and there's a red thing here, just like this. When you're not pulling pollen, you put that in, so that any pollen the bees do bring in, it'll go right in a hive. I don't have any of the pollen things in any of my hives right now. It's the winter time. I want them to be able to bring in as much pollen right now as possible for the winter. I don't like collecting pollen in the winter. I'll do it in the spring, I won't do it in the fall. I'll do it in the spring, like once every other day. I'll collect pollen one day, next day I'll take it out so they can get all that pollen they bring in. It kind of balances itself out. So you tell me, go ahead, ask me questions about it. And I hope that you find this video useful. I'm gonna try and make as many videos as I can. It's kind of hard, when I'm not like David at Barnyard Bees. I can't hold a phone and pull a frame out of the hive. It's just not that easy for me. So I always have to have somebody recording for me. But like I said, I'll try and do as many videos as I can, especially when I'm working on the inside of these hives. The queens really like them. You get good brood patterns. I believe that these are more comfortable for the bees. I wanted to try that wooden one out, so I bought a couple of those. I got one there and I got one there. I wanted to see any big differences in them. And as you can see, the middle hive, believe it or not, this middle hive, a lot of the bees are always hanging outside, so I don't know if it's just too hot in there for them. But you see this one, there's not a lot of bees outside. There's a lot of bees inside, not a lot of bees outside. This one, there's a lot of bees outside. There's also a lot of bees inside, so that might be the reason. It just might get too hot for them. So, and you see that one over there, not a lot of bees outside, but there's a lot of bees inside. So I'm guessing, and I could probably say with surety, that the inside of those hives stay at the temperature they want, and they're not working as hard to do it. So I think it's pretty good. If you like them, go ahead and buy them. I know he's always running out of these hives, and he's he has to back order them a lot. He's always trying to get product in, but it takes, you know, it comes by ship, so it takes a little while for it to get here. You know, he places an order, it takes like 3 months for an order to get here. So, uh, you know, if you're going to order these, order them early, or if you're going to order during the winter time, that would be a good time to order. Uh, then this way you don't have to worry about them getting to you, you know, as fast as you need them. Uh, if it takes 2 months, you can wait through the winter 2 months to get them. But like I said, you know, try them out. You let me know what you think of them, and I'll be making another video soon. Thanks.